Welcome
soda
back to
head
the
now.
couch. You're right now.
Yeah,
You're a soda head.
I probably didn't drink soda from like age 18 to 33, like at all. And
What
then
changed? What's
I'm not exactly sure. I think getting sober has something to do with it
mm-hmm.
because of the sugar. Like I'm not getting sugar from booze anymore,
Oh yeah,
and I'm definitely addicted to sugar. And then also like realizing all I have is caffeine. Like I have nothing else like to feel good. So like I start my day with coffee and that like gets me pumped up. I'm really sensitive to caffeine. But then like I don't like drinking coffee all day, and I've realized in the past few weeks like soda is like micro dosing caffeine. It's
really?
like,
It doesn't
to
have
me
as much
it's
caffeine as
it's less than coffee, especially these little baby cans. So it's just like just a little buzz of caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up. I don't like that I'm drinking soda, but here I am.
Ironically, I've been really into seltzers lately.
That's
The
all I
last
drink.
2
I don't
months or
drink
so.
still water ever. I only drink seltzer.
None of my homies fuck with still water.
I see you got a Pepsi Cherry Tall Boy, which is great. I'm a Pepsi guy, I found out, which is embarrassing to me because I feel like Coke is so much cooler and more iconic. I feel embarrassed buying Pepsi.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like the trashy soda.
I don't know.
You
I feel like it's a preference thing. I mean, I know
think it's so much better, dude.
it's funny when I was a kid, like so much better from a aesthetic standpoint.
No,
buying Coke.
no taste.
Pepsi or
Pepsi.
Coke? Oh yeah, yeah.
Pepsi
Well,
tastes so much better to me.
yeah. Apparently, it's sweeter. I don't know.
I find it to be less sweet.
Really?
Yeah, I find it to be
Interesting.
crisper, like more refreshing. Whereas
Yes,
Coke is
kinda
very
a little flat. Like
yeah,
out
like
of the
it's
can.
just I don't know.
Like you got to get Coke screaming cold in order for it
Yeah.
to hit the right way. Yeah, I don't know why I've always been a Pepsi guy, like my whole life.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'll drink Coke, but like people
Pepsi's
used to
cool.
make fun of me when I was a kid for that, or my family or whoever. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Pepsi, huh? And I'm like,
It
what
is
the
just
fuck?
weird. Like the classic thing. Like people get mad when a restaurant doesn't have Coke; they only have Pepsi. It's like
That's
I
so
get
funny
stoked.
to me. Yeah.
You got Pepsi products? I'm going.
So like once a week, Brandon and I go on a mandate to Applebee's because that's like the
Nice,
only
dude.
place where they have food in our town. Like they have a couple other restaurants, but it's all chain restaurants. It's all shit. So it's like, oh, I might as
Is that
well just
Brandon
go to-
Knapper?
Yeah, Brandon
Okay.
Knapper, yeah. Like, oh, we might as well just go to Applebee's. So we've literally been to the same one like 30 times at this
You're
point.
regulars.
Yeah, we really are, bro.
What do you get?
Like, it's-
Wonton tacos?
No, we get this thing called the neighborhood burger.
Oh, is it good?
It's like a smash burger.
That sounds good.
I've had it like all varying degrees of how good it actually is. Like it's never been bad, but like
Right.
sometimes I've had it and it's like, damn, this really hits for like a $12 burger from Applebee's or whatever. And then other times we'll get it. Like the first time Brandon ordered it with me, it came and had like stale buns for some reason.
Damn.
This was like a month ago, yeah. But the first like 2 months we were going there, I wasn't drinking at the time, or I just stopped drinking, and I was like, oh, let me get a Coke. And they're like, oh, we have Pepsi.
Yeah.
Thinking I was gonna get mad or whatever.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, sweet. Like,
Hell
cool,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I get a DP, brother.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Oh, go ahead.
I've been even worse though, and I'll be like, oh, do you have cherry Pepsi? Like, we can put grenadine in it, and I'm like,
Did you try it?
I know how it tastes. I feel like that's even crazier than ordering the Pepsi. You know.
That sounds good as hell, though. That's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Shirley Temple fucking
Yeah.
Pepsi.
What were you gonna say?
How do you feel about Red Robin? Have you been?
So
in a
Red
while?
Robin is next door to Applebee's.
Dude, I'm
And
telling you, try it for your next date.
we've been there one time. And
Well,
it's good.
You didn't care for the burger compared to the Applebee's?
No, it was okay. It was good. I mean, I don't know.
Because me and Michaela have been going there a lot, and we figured out there's like they have their regular burgers. They're
Yeah.
kind of pricey. They have these like, I think they're intended to be like lower calorie, but they're really not. They're just double burgers, but they're a little bit smaller. And there's one called I think the Tavern Burger, and it's $9.99 bottomless fries. So like two of us can eat there for $20,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And it's a good fucking burger. I think it's as good as
Yeah, the
any
fries
I've
are good
had.
there, too.
I like the fries. I like that they're bombless. I just keep them coming.
I tell that poor lady, the
Yes,
poor waitress,
more.
bring more fries.
We
please."
play Uno while we're there. We have a great time. We love Red Robin for date night, but maybe we'll try the Applebee's burger.
Oh God, no.
No?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Applebee's was like our go-to at Yo-Yo Factory for some reason.
yeah?
I think because they had bottomless fries. Maybe I have no idea.
Red Robin, you mean?
Yeah, excuse
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
Red Robin. Yeah, like me, Pat, Miguel, we would just always go to Red Robin and
I
like
fucking love Red Robin,
I
man.
used to always get the whiskey river wrap. It's like a
Okay,
chicken
yeah.
wrap. Yeah,
Like barbecue and shit,
yeah. I want
probably.
to say it's like $12 or $13. It's like
They've gone up
yeah.
lately, but like I said, that one like value burger is really fucking good. Sesame seed bun, double patty. It's fucking good. I have no complaints at all. It's like a legitimately good burger.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's funny because like the Applebee's we go to must be 20, 25 years old. The decor and
Yeah.
everything. It looks like a
Yeah.
90s Applebee's.
Hell yeah.
Like they take care of it, but it's like still not great. And then in the Red Robins, they like just redid it like a year ago. It's like
They look like shit now. I
yeah, they
think.
look terrible, but it's like luxurious for no reason, and it's like so cheesy and
Mhm.
bad, and like it looks like a like when you go to IKEA, like how they
Yeah.
have like the IKEA rooms. Even that's done more tastefully
The
than
ones
Red Robins is.
the one we go to has like Rubik's cube art on the walls of like
Yes, yeah.
Pac-Man and shit, and it's just like I remember as a kid I went there, so Red Robin's like nostalgic to me too, but it was much cooler. They had like old Godzilla movie posters on the
That's
wall
sick.
and shit growing up. Now, and they had an arcade there too, which they got rid of.
I feel like all the chain restaurants must hire like the same interior decorators to do the restaurant decor because it
Yeah.
all just looks like shit and it's always like the worst stuff.
It's
Like,
crazy how bad it is.
and they're all virtually the same. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Chi-Chi's, I feel like when we were kids used to have maybe like some Hispanic
Recipes.
decor or something recipes.
I liked Chi-Chi's, yeah.
Chi-Chi's was good.
The one that killed a bunch of people was in PA. It
Holy
was not far from
shit.
here. The one with
It had
What
like E. coli or
E.
salmonella
coli
or
and the
something.
green onions. Those fucking green onions every time.
Shout
Or
out
no, it
John
might have been the
Robb.
romaine, but yeah, it was Taco Bell too, John Robb.
God, that was hilarious. He used to always complain about that. And he
I
would
mean-
always, every time we ate Taco Bell, that's what he would say. He'd be like, shit ain't the same since they got rid of the green onions.
It's a subtle thing, but he's not wrong.
But it wasn't even like a joke to him. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, this hits, I'm going to say it again. He was genuinely disappointed that they didn't have fresh produce at Taco Bell. And looking back, that's kind of a crazy ask from a fast food restaurant. Like, do you have chives? Like, can I
Yeah.
get chives on this?
just
What about some,
like,
fresh
more or less a
parsley?
garnish, like a
Yeah.
super subtle garnish that it takes
Green
over the
onions are
top.
good, though.
They're fucking delicious,
They're
man.
great, yeah.
But they be killing people constantly. It seems like.
Yeah, did you see McDonald's is having an E. coli outbreak right
Oh, yeah,
now?
with what?
Double quarter pounders.
Ruh-roh. I was thinking about getting a QP with
Or is
cheese.
it just a quarter pounder? Yeah,
I
not
was
double.
thinking about getting one
Who the
recently.
fuck would get a double quarter pounder?
No.
Imagine consuming 8 ounces of meat
That's
from Taco
crazy.
Bell. Yeah, that's wild activities.
Have you had Chili's? Are you a Chili's fan?
We tried a Chili's, Brandon and I, like 2 or 3 months ago. When I was a kid, we used to go occasionally.
I went one time, and it was when you had that yo-yo summit at your house with like Isaac and Colin in like
Okay.
2016.
Oh, because
we went to
right
that
next to
Chili's.
my grandparents' house. Yeah.
And I didn't get any food. You guys did. I got like a margarita with like some frozen drink with vodka in it. But so I've never had it. That was the only time I ever stepped foot in a Chili's. But now that I'm like going to Red Robin and shit, and what's the steakhouse? Not Outback. We go to Texas Roadhouse. Shit's good too.
Yeah.
We've been doing all these like middle class fancy places, so I'm thinking I want to try a Chili's next.
When's the last time you went to an Olive Garden?
Dude, we went once. Michaela got a gift card for Christmas, and she's like, "We're going. It's gonna be fun. Bottomless breadsticks and salad." Like, I always see the commercials growing up with the breadsticks.
Yeah.
I love breadsticks. I'm a big breadstick guy. We go, and they were out of breadsticks.
How
And
the
they were like,
fuck
"We
does
can
that
bring you
happen?
like." They brought us like white bread with butter. And I was like, well, this is trash. Like, it was horrible, though. It was horrible.
Were they like the slightest bit disappointed to let you down? Or
No,
was it
they were
just
just like, sorry, we're out.
it, whatever.
Like, but we got this bread, and it was like bread that they obviously like ran to a grocery store and bought like
Oh
a
my
loaf
gosh.
of shitty French bread.
Yeah,
and
I've
like,
never seen white
it was
bread
so
at
bad.
Olive Garden. That's insane.
so yeah, it was a completely pointless visit.
the
but-
breadsticks aren't good anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not, but I like the idea of eating like a shitload of Caesar salad and breadsticks. It sounds fun to me.
Yeah, that was a good lunch move too at Yo-Yo
Yeah.
Factory because soup, salad, breadsticks lunch was like
The soup,
$10 I think or something like that. It was so cheap. Like,
Yeah, it's soup season, baby.
yeah,
Getting cold.
I remember like the woman who worked there was like so happy. And I was like talking to Pat Mitchell about it one day, and I was just like, "Do you think this woman actually like enjoys working here?" And he's like, Probably, dude. Waitresses make pretty good money at like, halfway decent restaurants like this. I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, man. She probably works like 3-4 days a week, makes like 50 grand a year, just claims 20 grand a year on her taxes, and like,
Dude, that's how I got the chili idea in my head. Chili's. I was on Reddit and a random like the Chili's subreddit popped up on my feed for some reason.
your Reddit algorithm is crazy,
dude.
bro.
It's nuts, man. And it was someone posting a waiter there posting their Saturday sales.
Yeah.
And like each individual waiter has their sales at the end of the day. He sold like $5 grand worth of food and booze
At Chili's.
And he's like, yeah, this is like an average Saturday. I bring home $600 or $700
That's insane.
at Chili's. Yeah. So, I'm sure not all Chili's are like that. But
I mean,
this
when-
guy's like making more money than I do waitering at Chili's.
Yeah,
Which is
when
pretty...
Brandon and I go to Applebee's, like if it happens to be on a Friday or a Saturday night, that shit is popping beyond belief.
Yeah.
Like if we go on a
Yeah.
Tuesday, it'll be empty. It'll be like
Yeah.
us and 2 or 3 other people in there.
No, it's crazy, dude.
And then other nights, it's like we come in and they're like, "Oh, do you mind if we sit you at a high top or whatever?" It's like we don't give a fuck, but it's just so funny because it's like, in what town are people fiending to go to fucking Applebee's? Like this is wild. But down there,
It's
there's not
just
a whole
like
lot of places to
thing. Yeah, that's how the Texas Roadhouse is too. We went on a Saturday and it's unbelievable. Like it probably seats 100 people,
go.
and
Jesus
then
Christ.
there's people outside waiting. There's like in it, like they do really fast turnover there
Yeah.
too. They kind of like rush you, and then they got to be making a lot of fucking money on the weekends.
That's so wild to me because it's
Yeah.
like I was talking because a friend of ours, that Daniel Psychos guy, like he works in restaurant equipment sales
Yeah.
and like is like a VP of sales or something. I think it's like maybe his like family owned business, or like his dad was like a VP there and then he like worked his way up. But it was just funny because I was talking to Seth about it and I was like, isn't it a little ironic how like every step of being in the restaurant industry, like you can make really good money at, other than like owning or running the restaurant. You know what I mean? Because not that like we're talking about, it sounds like these waiters can make decent money, or if you're willing to work on a Saturday for
Right.
10 hours at Chili's or whatever. But yeah, that being said, it's just like, damn, like they only make like $2 or $3 an hour before tips, and then
Yeah.
but then when you got to sell them like a new pizza dough maker, it's like, oh yeah, that'll be 25 grand. Like,
It does seem crazy stressful and
Yeah,
hard
it's
to
like
run a restaurant. It seems like you have to like
Yeah,
hit the
every-
lottery with one good restaurant and then become a restaurant group owner, basically. Like you have to have
Yeah.
multiple to really ball out, I feel like.
yeah, every wealth management person always says like, do not get into the food industry.
Don't
like,
buy a boat and don't get into food.
Don't buy a boat is a
Yeah.
good one. That's crazy. What a money suck.
Yeah.
We had
Like
a boat
nice
when I was a
boats,
kid, and
yeah.
It was fucking abhorrent. It was
Yeah.
like, who the fuck can afford this and like also wants to do it? Like my stepdad had one, but it was just like, why? Like all we do is
Yeah.
argue about it. Like we just go out. It's like having like a weekend car where it's like, oh, let's go for a
Mhm.
drive. It's like, why? Like we could literally do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you can at least. That's also, excuse me, also an ironic part of boat life is like you can go fishing or crabbing, and it's like, oh cool, so we spent like $180 in gas and we could have just bought a bushel of crabs for like $120. Not did any of this work, not
Yeah.
hated each other afterwards.
The activity, I guess. You gotta love boats
Yeah.
for the love of the game.
Yeah. Should we switch to yo-yo talk now instead of chain restaurant
Let's
talk?
switch to slingshot talk. I want to get one of those
Slingshot
slingshots, bro. I was looking at them. They're more expensive than you think.
Oh, the little three-wheel
like-
car
yeah, like
slingshot. Bro.
Yeah. I'm trying to get one.
I don't know if you're
Roll
I
up to VA
don't know
States.
if you're the right race for that chain.
Oh man,
I feel like those are reserved for very particular.
playing Elliott Smith in the slingshot. Blasting Elliott Smith
Bro,
behind sunglasses
all the neon lights are
at a red light.
I'm in love with the world.
Blue and pink. Fuck man,
This guy stabbed himself. It's crazy.
that shit would roll.
Oh my god.
They're like 20 grand, I think. I wanna
Yeah, they're
say.
like not
They're
as
mo-
expensive as you'd think, but it's expensive for like a weird because
For
you
what
can't.
it's like a seasonal vehicle, and like,
Right, you're not buying that to like go to work in.
And if you get
imagine rocking up to
if
work
a car
in-
smashes you, you're dead.
That
like
too.
100%.
Are there
Yeah.
any crazy stories of people dying in them?
I don't know. I'm sure. I haven't looked, but I did watch some YouTube videos of like drive-alongs, and you get in the thing, and it's like the floor is like plastic. It's like
You can see through it.
It's just so shitty. Like it's so chintzy. It seems like, but you know, you just gotta.
They
hope
have a
you don't
car
get-
engine in it though. Is that why it's so expensive?
I guess like a really small car, or maybe it's a big
They
one.
drive on the highway. Like,
Yeah, I think they
go
are
like
pretty quick.
50,
I don't
60
know
miles an
anything
hour
about
at
it.
least.
We're gonna get that guy in the comments again. He's like, clearly you're not you're not slingshot people.
Clearly, you're not.
I don't know anything about him. I just think it would be fun to drive one. I always forget. I could go test drive one, I guess. I think
Yeah.
you need a motorcycle license, though.
For what? It's a fucking car.
I know. I could be wrong.
Imagine
on
if it
that
has a
too.
little mini motorcycle inside.
No, I'm
that you
thinking
have
of-
to steer with.
I'm thinking of mopeds because I was looking at those too. Mopeds over a certain cc, you need a.
Is that your
motorcycle license.
next
I just it
dumb
would be-
purchase?
Probably.
Just
Maybe.
buy a nicer espresso machine. Don't get a vehicle that'll kill you.
No.
You're like Dunk EX run or Dunk LX run went pretty good. I'm gonna buy a slingshot. Like, what the fuck, Jake?
To
Build a pizza oven. Don't.
paint dunk on the side. It's a tax write off. The dunk shot.
God.
All right. Yeah, we can talk this if you want.
Slingshots are funny.
Yeah.
People love them in Philly, and I'm like,
Oh
this
yeah.
is
People
crazy.
love them in Allentown too. They're loud. Like the music coming out
Yeah,
of them
because
is
people
so goddamn
love
loud.
I would be so embarrassed at like playing music that loud
Yeah.
in public. Like,
Yeah.
Have you ever
Because
seen-
it sounds like a stereo system because
Yeah.
they're so open. So
Right.
it's just like incredibly.
does it
Jarring.
sound better in it? Like, the
I don't think
actual
so. I think it's
acoustics?
just
It
like
sounds
you're a
like
rolling
shit.
party. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're a
And
rolling.
It's
party.
got the lights too. So like, it's the whole thing.
And people who drive them are like, it's like a Jeep owner or like a Harley owner.
Yeah,
Or people who
they,
ride
like, hang
crotch
out with
rockets
each
or
other,
whatever.
yeah.
They all ride in packs and like
Yeah.
they have weird fucking attributes that they enjoy
Mhm.
placing on the car. And it's like, what is going on? Like, why? Why can't you just have a regular
Yeah.
fucking hobby or do? I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, I've
collect
never been a
Funko
car.
Pops or some shit. Like, why do you need a
Special car.
$20,000 suicide mobile?
Dude, Jeeps are so expensive too.
Dude.
Those Wranglers are like.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like a cheaper car, but
They
they're
used to
not.
be like, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you can get a used one still for like 15, 20 grand, but like, yeah, a new Wrangler is like what 60, 70 grand. It's something
Yeah.
insane.
And I still don't really get like, are the seats waterproof? Like, you know what I mean? Like in
They-
the summertime, like it fucking will start raining. Like, what do you do when you're inside your car's?
Yeah, I mean, I
Rain
feel like the majority of the people you're talking about, like hardcore Jeep owners,
Yeah.
people who like
Who got like no doors on the
yeah,
side and
we're
like
gonna get
they
another
leave.
person in the comments like you're obviously not a Jeep owner. You obviously don't fuck
I'm
with
just
all-terrain
curious.
vehicles,
Yeah.
do you? Like,
I
no.
I see them in parking lots in the summer with no doors and the roof is cloth, and it's like if it fucking starts pouring, everything in your I guess you just don't leave anything in your car.
That, and I think like it's just par for the course. Like it's
Yeah.
part of the fun of owning one or whatever. And it's
It's
like that
getting
sounds like
soaked.
torture to me.
Yeah.
Like who
Yeah.
wants to get covered in rainwater as they're driving?
Yeah.
I think also like they probably come with like those plastic clip-on things, or
Right.
shields. That
Yeah. I guess you just look at the weather every day and like figure it out.
That's part of owning a Jeep is you have to have a meteorologist
Yeah.
degree in addition to a motorcycle
Yeah.
license. They love rubber duckies for some reason. I don't know what's up with that.
That's a
that
good
feels
point.
like a pedophilic sign to me. Like
Oh no.
it's like if you're homeless and like on people's fences they have like a chicken bone carved. That means this people will feed you dinner. Like
Really?
it's yeah. I mean
Interesting.
it's like old school shit. But
It's
like,
a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand.
I really wouldn't, because I'm not a pedophile. Can't be dropping the P word so soon in the
No.
episode.
Yeah.
Gonna get demonetized. God forbid we lose $1.50 per episode we
Uh-huh.
make.
Yeah.
You can buy us one pizza a year.
Right.
Yeah, Jeeps are weird though.
Jeeps are weird.
No, I don't know. I was about to say I don't know regular people or a normal person that has a Jeep. They always have some weird quirks about them where it's like, oh, okay, you're obviously.
I'm
a
thinking,
Jeep
yeah,
owner.
I don't know anyone currently with one, but the people in my past who I've met were very interesting.
My dad has one. I want to say it's like a Wrangler or something. He got it like a few years ago now, like 2019, 2018, something like that. But he just had to put a new engine in it recently.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I was like, why? And it had like 100,000 miles on it or something. I'm
Damn.
like, why don't you just buy a different car? He's like, well, a new Jeep is $70,000. I'm like, you don't have to get a Jeep. You don't do Jeep activities in it.
You can
Like,
buy a used Jeep too.
yeah, right. He's like, well, then you inherit someone else's problems. I'm like, that's not how used cars work. Like, I'm sure if you bought a Toyota Camry with 100,000 miles on it, it would gladly make it to 300K.
Bro,
fucking
my
easy.
Prius is coming up on 225. It's going
Damn,
strong.
bro. And you got it how long ago? It's like older, right? 2010?
It's a 2007.
Wow.
But I got it in 2013.
Damn,
So.
dude, that's awesome.
Had it 10 years, and I love that car, dude.
No problems with it or anything?
I had to replace the big battery. That was expensive.
How much
that was
was
like
it?
$3,000.
Okay, that's nothing though for fucking...
Yeah, really, it was so much less than I expected. It was scary because like the car just stops working, but then you just it's like a huge hybrid battery, and then
Were you able to like finance that, or did you just have to come?
I just paid for it, and then it's been good since then.
Nice.
42 miles a gallon, which is like less than the new ones
Yeah,
get, but that's
sick.
still great.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like outdated. I don't have Bluetooth in my car and shit. Like I can't wait for that, but I'm trying to hit 300K and
Yeah.
just
how many,
ride it
How
until
far?
it's
What's your commute like
dead.
to work?
I drive basically like 40 miles a day minimum, so it goes quick,
Huh.
real quick.
Damn, I'm surprised.
It's like 20 miles to work, 20 miles back.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have more miles on it. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've only been doing that like 2 years since I moved out here. Before
Oh,
then,
word.
it was a lot less. But yeah, I guess I forget how much it had when I got it. Probably like 60 or 70. So
Damn.
it's awesome though. I can't wait.
Yeah, a lot
Hit
of
300.
people talk about them in this high mileage Facebook group I belong to.
Yeah, they seem good. I really like that generation of Prius, but the new ones look really sick. They look like sports cars. They're like very fancy.
Yeah, I think Seth also had a 2010 or 2007 Prius that he drove till like 2018 or 19 or something
Yeah.
like that. And I think it was one of those things where like, because they're only worth like a couple grand at this point,
Yeah.
right? Like, but so if the battery goes, it's kind of like technically totaled, or it's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
Yeah, I just replaced it because at the time it was like I didn't feel it was whatever 2022 and like
Oh,
the
okay.
car market was just
Dude,
kind
they're
of
so fucked.
insane, and I was like, I can spend $3,000 or I can spend fucking 30.
That's literally how I'm in the position I'm in now.
Yeah.
Because of how fucked the car market was in 2022.
It really
because-
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed to put my like engine blew in my car, and then it was literally like March of 2022 when I put like the money down to do that, and it's been like $8,000 later or something, and it's just like
with more problems.
no,
Or, oh.
it was my Volkswagen, the one I was driving
Right,
before
right.
this van. So it's just been at my friend's shop for like 2 years, and he's like trying to figure out how to get it to work again, and it's just like for the amount of money I spent at this point, like with the way the car market is now, I could have fucking
Yeah.
gotten, a nice car for $4,000 or $5,000, like whatever.
Cars, man, and Volkswagens. I think we should stop talking about cars. I was gonna be like, yeah, they're tough to work on, huh? It's like, what
I
am
think
talking
they
about?
are. Yeah, you got to
I
take
always
them to
hear
like
that.
a
They're like-
European
yeah.
mechanic or whatever. Yeah, they're supposed to last a long time though.
Yeah,
You got to take them to a French guy to work on them, and he
German dude.
he
It's
sexually
not-
assaults your wife.
God.
You got to do what you got to do to drive these cars, Jake. You're not a Volkswagen guy.
There
You
is a
wouldn't understand.
wild photo I saw online recently from World War II. It's an aerial photo of it's either the Volkswagen factory or the Mercedes. What's the other German one? Mercedes? Are they German? don't
Yes, yeah.
I think it's Mercedes, and it's the factory in Germany during the war,
It's a
and
huge swastika.
they drove they lined all their cars into a giant swastika.
Oh my god, I was kidding. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's real, dude.
Oh my god, bro. That is outrageous.
Yeah.
That's the first question I love to ask very European people to make them uncomfortable.
What?
Just
If
like,
they're-
so how do y'all feel about World War II? Like, y'all still talk about that?
Oh my god.
I feel like I've seen that like in German history books or whatever. They just kind of skip over like 1933 to 45. They're like, yes, bad stuff happened, but
Yeah.
anyway.
They acknowledge it more than the Japanese, from what I'm reading this book about this is getting dark, about the this insane. It's called Unit 731.
Mhm.
This like war crime factory that Japan ran on Chinese people. They would just kidnap
I've heard
Chinese
about that,
civilians
yeah.
and like dip them in cold water and put them outside in the cold and time how long it takes for them to die of frost. But like just wild.
It's the
That's
Joe
like
Rogan
that's on the
workout
mild.
routine.
I'm not gonna say, but Google it. It's fucking on horrors beyond your imagination. And they just sort of like covered it up until the 80s. Like no one even
Yeah.
acknowledged it happened. Then in the 80s, some of the guys who were there doing the torturing came out and were like, yeah, you know, we figure we can come out now and talk about this. It would be therapeutic and good for. And so they like did a speaking tour throughout Japan in the 80s. Literally telling, like educating the country on what the fuck they did. And then people have since written books and now it's a thing. But like, it was, I had no idea myself. Like, I didn't know. You know, you hear about concentration camps and shit Germans did, but Japanese were just as bad.
Shout out Japan.
It's a really fucked up podcast.
Yeah, there's like a channel that interviews WW2 vets, and there's like a really crazy interview with one dude that they talk about on the Matt and Shane podcast. And
Yeah?
It's just like outrageous. Yeah.
My grandpa's in some of those on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in the Pacific.
God damn.
He's
bro.
dead now. Rest in peace. But,
Yeah. R.I.P. I'm sorry.
that's
You're like he was 100 years old. Like.
I think.
Whoa! Holy
Yeah.
shit! So he was like kind of older when he was over there, or what?
No, he was 16 when
What?
he joined the Marines.
Jesus
He like did
Christ.
it illegally. Yeah. And then he lived in the villages in Florida until he died. Have you ever seen that documentary
No,
about
what
the
are the
villages?
villages?
It's like an old person city paradise, like, but it's really strange.
Everyone drives golf carts and lives in double
It's
wide
designed to be
trailers.
like the 1950s, so everything looks like the 50s, and like it's literally for, you know, that generation to retire at.
What the fuck?
Now maybe they're updating it to be a little more modern since those people are dying, and now it'll be like eventually it'll be like 90s themed, you know what I mean? But
oh my god.
yeah, it's a really I forget the name of the movie, but it's really fucking good. They just follow a couple people.
Interesting.
One of them's like this younger guy who he's not younger, but he's like doesn't live there, so his whole thing is he's trying to bag an older woman to like be his wife, his like sugar mom. So he's like going to all the village parties, but he gets kicked out at the end of the night because you have to live there to like stay there.
Mhm.
So he's just living in his car, like hitting on women, trying to like get into the villages, you know, like and get a rich woman to marry him.
Yeah, there was one of those in Arizona called Sun City. And,
Yeah, it's a similar thing. I think.
Yeah, and like we would go over to like my ex's grandparents live there, and like we'd go over there for Thanksgiving or whatever, and they'd be like real specific about like you have to leave by like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like why?
Dude,
like, what
it's
is going on?
the villages are like they have their own newspaper in there, and then like they have like speakers with like morning announcements to like community, and like it's very like insulate. It's like
They probably
you don't
love
have
it,
to
you
leave.
know, but
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah,
They still know 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
They're just
We're
in
not
there
telling
chilling. Yeah, it'll really scare everybody.
it didn't happen there, as far as they're concerned.
I wonder how far we're into the podcast now. We haven't even talked about yo-yos. Saw the light go out in his eyes.
Sound like my grandpa.
Oh my god.
Coca-Cola Oreo. Good stuff.
All right, yo-yo talk. I'll go get a hypernova, I guess.
Ooh, you got the new colors yet?
I'm just gonna grab yours. They're not in yet. Oh shit. Just leaving your yo-yos knotted up, okay?
Oh yeah, I nodded that a couple weeks ago.
Good 14-year-old tactic. So Jake, you released it's the Dunk LX, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep when I say
Call
it
it
out
the
loud
EX.
like that,
Element.
it resonates as to why it's called
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Dunk LX.
Yep. Yeah, it's out.
The Dunkaroo.
Check it out. It's probably my favorite thing I've done, honestly, just because it's plastic, and because I feel like it's not.
This is your first plastic yo-yo?
Yeah. So I think that just makes me feel like a kid. You know, it's cool to have a plastic yo-yo.
Yeah, and this was kind of what the Jake Zilla was supposed to be along the lines of, right? Not
Yeah,
exactly,
Delrin
but-
Bape.
Yeah.
Similar. It wasn't gonna have all rings and stuff, but that's true. I still might do the Jake Zilla sometime.
You
but
should, bro.
Yeah, it's just like it would just be an organic Delrin yo-yo. You know, there's not much to it.
Nah,
But
there's people who want.
yeah.
If it's one for one the same, and I have those old CADs, have I ever sent those to you?
No, I'd like to see those.
Yeah.
I want to get before. Don't let me forget to maybe one of those sheets for like color sheets. If I can like borrow your
Yeah,
template,
yeah, of
that would
course.
be awesome. But yeah, I would love to check out the CADs. I have like one that we thought was the Flux, but I think it's actually the Wet. But that's the only one I've seen, like Antio CAD wise.
Yeah. I
Um,
have the whole folder of everything.
damn. Yeah, I'd love to look through that. Yeah, I figure I could just. Well, I'm not going to send a Bape to China, but
They're pretty trustworthy. Depending, I mean, I did
Not
lose a
trust
supernova over there.
not losing a $700
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's just I also think it's unique in that the gap is smaller and it's
Then the dunk.
than like any modern yo-yo. Really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it binds super crazy and
Let me see it. Is
I
it
just-
was that because of the you thought that it
That
had
was
the
my
binding
issue, yeah,
problem,
and then-
but it doesn't seem like it's that skinny. It is skinny.
when you play with
average,
it, when
yeah.
you bind it, you can like it just
It's not
doesn't-
like debilitating though. It's not like
No.
it prevents you from doing any specific.
but if you're
tricks or
sloppy like it can and you put too many like layers in it, you
Mhm.
can tell. But I just like that because it's different. Know of any other, people will release like slim lines with smaller gaps, but not often regular yo-yos with a smaller gap.
anything. Yeah.
And then doing the grabs and stuff, which was an unintentional design feature.
Yeah, I love how
it's
almost like every
very
yo-yo
fun.
you come out with, like right after it releases, you have like a hidden detail or like
Yeah.
it's almost like you didn't tell me about it, but it's like you just discover it after the production
I
comes. Like,
literally
oh shit,
discovered
cool.
that.
Like,
Yeah. No, me and CJ did not intend it to be good for grabs. That's just how. But like, it looks like it was designed for it almost because the rim goes
Yeah.
up and in. But that's just how CJ designed it. And
Yeah, and I like that you did so many good throwback colorways to
Thank you. Yeah.
the
Um,
Element X.
Yep, not many. It's silly. It's a passion project. It's not many people get those references who are buying it. Like maybe 20% of them actually
Yeah.
remember the Element X, but it doesn't really matter. It was cool. Like Alex Campbell got one, and like he doesn't remember. I asked him if he knew Element X. Like that's before my time, but like he loves the yo-yo, and just seeing a new people who don't even know what the Element X is still like appreciate and enjoy
Yeah.
it. Even though it's not an Element X, but
Inspired
by it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really fun and
Buzzon is such an interesting case in yo-yo because
it's crazy.
like they had an insane team, had the potential to be insanely popular. They were I wouldn't even say they were popular back in the day. Like it was kind of like how
They were just like known and appreciated, but like people didn't really casually use their yo-yos often. I feel
Right.
like just their team used their yo-yos more or less.
yeah, they were kind of hard to get. Like I remember any time that a store would get a shipment of them, it was like kind of a big deal, and then the
Yeah.
LMXs would immediately sell out.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I started yo-yoing like hardcore in like 2005, and I never saw an Element X in stock. I don't think like you
Yeah.
either had to get them off Buzzon.com.
Yeah, they were kind of hard to come by. Now you say it. I got mine at Worlds. The first Worlds I went to, I got one.
I would see like Bushidos in stock,
Oh yeah.
occasionally Menahunes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got all mine at like contests, or I think a Doc Pop one at some point too.
Yeah. It's a very DIY company. I was talking to Seth
Yeah.
about this the other day, and I'm like, I can't imagine. And it's funny because like I hand test all the first bases, and when I tell people that, they're like, "What the fuck? Like you really do that?" It's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want them to be good. Like the margin is good on it, so like it's worth it to me. But like I can't imagine like getting the bodies from China, like putting the rings in there, like stamp. I don't know. I don't know if I'm pretty sure he stamped the rings. I don't
Probably,
know.
yeah.
And then like getting those colored somehow, and then putting them into the yo-yos, like, and then recessing all of them because eventually that's how they like discovered it would be a little
Yeah.
bit smoother
Yeah.
if you recess the SPR into it. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
would
just-
love to. I wish there was like footage of that. I just would love to see like the operation.
I think
of him.
Dave told me he still has the molds around somewhere, or maybe it was the Throwman mold. He said he still had. Damn. It's like, fuck, dude, that'd be a cool
I got a throw man over there.
yo-yo to bring back. Like Seth has like 10. That
That's
was like
crazy.
Seth's favorite yo-yo for like a year for some
They're
reason.
so bad. Does anyone have? Did they ever make the plaid Kanye one?
No, I saw
It's just a
photos
mock-up.
of the plaid ones.
Yeah, I've seen the picture.
The plaid one exists, but like, yeah, I don't know.
That's such a crazy little connection.
Dude, imagine if that really would have happened.
I know.
Like,
I can see Kanye getting into yo-yos in some weird way.
yeah.
Even now, like maybe not now,
I
but
wonder because he went to like that party that the
yeah,
yo-yo
he
people
has
were at.
seen.
Right, it's so
human
funny to
yo-yo.
think about like him there watching you, and then somewhere like his brain is synapsing, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, I was supposed to have a yo-yo 20
Yeah.
years ago. He just runs on stage. He takes a used yo-yo. He's trying to use it. How you use this?
It's always 20 years ahead. That guy.
Oh my god. And that was like kind of the end of Buzzon. I feel like that Throwman era.
I don't know exactly what happened. I guess Baron Davis backed out, or like what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Cootie and Chike. Because I don't even think those dudes really had money like that, Cootie and Chike. Like now they do because they're,
They were probably just starting to get a little money. Maybe.
yeah. Which is funny that they sold like that Netflix documentary about Kanye West. That was them.
Yeah, I know.
And they made like 30 million off of that. So it's like,
Yeah, rewatched that. That's good.
yeah, I've never seen it, but everyone that says it's just one documentary, right? Or is it a little series, one or two, something like that? Okay. But like, it's funny to think about like back in the day that rumor spreading around here, like, oh yeah, they're gonna give Kanye his own yo-yo, and be like, all right, whatever, I'll believe it when I see it. And it's like, oh shit, they really didn't know this dude. Like,
I just remember hearing they were gonna have Mark Mont yo-yo in the music videos and like.
damn, I never knew that.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
And like Paul Yacht and stuff, like all Buzzon guys were gonna like
Yeah.
be in the videos.
Moriki in there just doing really fast run style cup. Just in there making curry. But yeah, like I don't know, like it's very similar, I don't want to say to Recess in a way, but it's just like I had like this amazing team of people and then like it fell apart really quickly, you know what I mean? Not that Recess fell apart, it's totally different, but it's just like I'm sure from the outside looking in, looking at the Buzzon team, and it's like, oh, you guys have 3 or 4 world champions, a bunch of national champions.
What the fuck happened? I'd be curious to talk to him.
I mean, the yo-yos were not good.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Buzzon was Dave and another Dave.
I wonder what happened to the other Dave.
He was just some guy. I don't know if he even yo-yoed. He
Yeah.
was just like a parts guy, like an engineer guy. I think he
Mhm.
probably designed the cats.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I can't imagine that was a healthy relationship. Or
I think that
like,
fell apart early, and then it was just Dave. But I don't know how it all ended. I really don't. Maybe Miggy knows or something.
yeah, it'd be a
Um,
good Miguel.
It's
to have
not
on
like
the
Miggy
podcast
went
about it.
straight to Yo-Yo Factory.
It took a minute.
It took a minute.
Yeah,
There
because he
were
was
several
very
years.
loyal. Like
Yeah,
2007, he was still on Buzzon,
yeah.
and then 2008, he was still on Buzzon until like nationals, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then like late 2008 or something like that, he got on Yo-Yo Factory, and then him and I were like kind of close at the time, or at least talked on Instant Messenger a lot. And then I was kind of like, hey, you think Ben would add me on to Yo-Yo Factory? He's like, yeah, you should ask, man. Like,
Andre told me a funny thing at New York States. I don't think he'd care if I shared. He's like, I remember he was playing with the LX. He's like, I remember Dave showing me the first Buzzon prototype, which was the bootleg, which was
Yeah.
like a Spintastics yo-yo.
it was
that
an
you just put
Eclipse
rings
body with like
with
some
some metal
random
rings or something.
yeah.
And
Or no, a Tiger Shark body with Eclipse rings, I think.
yeah. I really want one of those. But he went up to Andre at some contest, nationals or something, probably 2002 or 3,
Yeah.
and was like, Andre, this is the future right here. Try this out. And he was just like, it's just a Spintastics with some rings on it. And he's like, it was especially weird because he knew I was like Yo-Yo Jam affiliated, and like he was telling me metal weight rings on a yo-yo or the future. It's like that was kind of our thing. And
Yeah.
it's like very protective of that at that
Right.
point.
He had a patent pending.
Dave
on
didn't
it.
care. He was just like, yeah, no, I'm doing this. This is the future. You gotta check this out.
I wonder if
It's awesome. The confidence is amazing.
Yeah, I wonder if they would have even bothered like trying to sue him or anything, or if he just made like a couple hundred of them real quick and then.
I forget. I do remember like little things on the boards about like, is this
Hmm.
Yo-Yo Jam, because Yo-Yo Jam did like have a patent pending.
But I think the Yo-Yo Jam patent like was
Powder.
yeah, like they had to like go surpass a
So I
certain
guess
point of the
that's
yo-yo or
just
something. Yeah,
how he did it.
yeah.
The inner ring.
I remember that being an issue when we did like I had the first Yo-Yo Factory bimetal yo-yo. Yeah,
That's crazy that that's the first.
I know, bro. Like when Ben pitched that to me, I was like, "Why are we gonna do this? Like, it just sounds expensive. Like the market is kind of not like in an expensive place right now. Like yo-yos are getting significantly cheaper as time goes on. Like why are we gonna make this?" He's like, "Cause it's the opposite of what we had before. So now you're gonna have something better and more expensive." I was like, "All right, cool." But like, I think the yo-yo jam patent, like the bearing seat had to touch in the middle for some reason.
Okay.
Like, which I don't know why that was a thing or why that would have made sense, but it's kind of like the Yo-Yo Factory hub stack patent, where like if it's affixed with an O-ring, so like if you use like a permanent fixture, that's how the loophole around the patent.
Right.
And it's like, what the like? Why wouldn't you just include it to include all fixtures of bearings to the mobile bearing to the side of the yo-yo to isolate it? Like, I don't know, but yeah, like that was a concern at the time, where like that's what I brought up to him, and he's like, "Oh no, like this is because if they don't touch in the middle, then we're good." And I was like, "What the fuck? All right, cool." Like
Wait, so when did Supernova come out? 2010?
2000, technically 2010. Like 44 Clash was the first release of it, and then like early 2011, like January is when it like really hit, and like
And Space Cowboy was 2014?
maybe 2013, like mid 2013 or something like that. I forget exactly when.
This is kind of crazy that
Um,
metals are. I mean, that is 10 years ago, but.
Cause
I
I,
feel like they're old then.
yeah, I mean, fucking H Spin did one in
Right.
like 2000 or whatever.
Established H-spin, but that was different. That's brass on aluminum. Like, what was the first aluminum with stainless steel?
Yeah,
It's the Dropner, maybe?
I think Yo-Yo Jam may have had one if I remember right. Or the Titan, they had like a random yo-yo that was like titanium with brass rings or something. I forget, dude. I
They
don't
did a
know.
bunch of weird shit at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really don't know who's. The Space Cowboy wasn't the first one with stainless steel rings. It was the first one on Yo-Yo Factory, but it wasn't the first one, in the ether of the market.
It's weird, too, because I feel like the Supernova is better than the Space Cowboy. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the Space Cowboy was good, but it just wasn't like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very good. Like I liked it, but like I think we just really overdid it with the Supernova shape at the time, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, people really fucked with it, and like we sold a lot of them, but even just in general, like the market was like not really fucking with, even those drop nairs at the time. I think Yo-Yo Rec may have released like 100 at a time or something.
Yeah.
It was like pretty rare to get one. So for Yo-Yo Factory to come out and be like, all right, here's 500 Space Cowboys or however the
Yeah.
fuck we made. It's like, Jesus Christ, like this is kind of a lot, don't you think? Like,
And then they must have done the Genesis with bimetal rings around the same time, right?
did they? I don't remember.
I have one and it looks old. The one with like
Okay, I do. It has
the inner ring.
right?
Yeah.
I do remember that now. Yeah,
That's got to be pretty old.
yeah.
like
Those were made in
13,
America.
14.
I'm pretty sure,
Damn.
if I remember right.
Yeah, I have one. That's cool.
And it must have been like right around the same time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah. I found I'll show you a picture, but like a grind machine 2 without the hubs in the middle of it in my mod
I
file
have
box
one
the other
too.
day.
I have one up in a box up there.
That would be a
It's
sick
snapped
Yo-Yo
right out.
remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. It's so good. I have one that's still intact too, but I'm very careful with it because I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
That was my
I
favorite
remember
yo-yo
when
forever.
John Robb had one, he would like play 5A with it outside, and I'm like, "You're gonna fuck this yo-yo up, man! Like,
Yeah.
it's the walls are so skinny." He's like, "Oh, whatever, it's just a yo-yo." And then he was like, came to Yo-Yo Club one time, and was like, "It happened, man." And I'm like, "What?" And
Damn.
he's like, "I dropped it. I was at a museum just doing
Museum.
my thing." And same thing with Adam Schultz. Like he has one that he play. I think Adam has like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
And this is hilarious. Basquiat yo-yo. And it's so sharp on the edges.
It's so sharp.
Yeah, it's not good at all. I wonder why. But yeah, Adam plays with his all the time, and I'm just like, bro, you're gonna fuck this up, and it's yeah.
It was my favorite yo-yo for a minute though.
This is hilarious,
I know.
and it's got the gold bearing in it.
It's an
Oh my
official
god,
Basquiat licensed yo-yo.
he would have loved this.
He would love this shit, bro. $30. So shipping was like $16.
That's insane. To me. It wasn't international shipping,
No,
right?
it came like the next day. It came from like a warehouse
New York or New
near
Jersey
here,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah. From New York or New Jersey.
We're thinking it's Magic Yo-Yo probably.
Yeah.
But the
almost
gold
positive.
bearing is amazing. I want gold bearings in all my yo-yos. They're better. Remember when tacos like they spin longer?
They do spin longer,
Do they?
like when you just flick it, you know? I don't know. I feel like all yo-yo tech is kind of bullshit. Like if you're not
Yeah.
playing with like a freehand or something.
Like what the fuck is an NSK? Is it just a better quality controlled bearing?
Yeah, like the tolerances for like the
Okay.
race that the balls roll on and all the pieces.
You say so.
Those do play
Yeah.
just incrementally better.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you really need
They're
an
like
extra-
$20, aren't they?
They're more, I think they're like 30
That's fucking insane.
for one bearing. That's how much like a bearing was in like 1999. But
I'd
it's
rather
like-
just spend $70 on 200 shitty bearings and just change it out every day if I had. You know, like I feel like
None of the
do
bearings
the
are that
math.
bad though. Like as
They
long
aren't.
as the
They
yo-yo
last
is
a while,
smooth,
yeah.
I mean, when you play with one, like as an experienced player, like you can feel a difference.
yeah.
But it's like, it's not. I don't really think you're. Like the only reason that would make a difference is if you're like a Formula One driver and you need that extra 0.5 seconds to beat someone else out.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see a competitor maybe wanting that for like
wanting,
peace of
right,
mind.
but not make it like it's not in my
Yeah.
mind. That doesn't make you better. Like
Right.
I don't know. Like even the bimetal shit, it's like I don't think that a player needs that. Like I think players just like choose to play with that. Like I don't think it's that superior. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just me being older and like, you know, when everyone else started using 888s and Bapes and metal yo-yos that obviously spun for longer than a freehand. I'm like, you can just throw this one harder.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, or you can just play with a metal yo-yo and you don't need to throw as hard and fuck up your hand and blah blah blah. But,
You did throw those fucking hard.
yeah,
Those free hands.
dude, I fell at the skate park the other day and I fell like on my arm. I fell from like 3 or 4 feet onto like I hit my head on the ground, fell like on my arm, like fell on it in a way that it like hyper extended my elbow out. Like I was fucked up. I have a
Damn.
huge bruise on my hip.
Oof.
But I was just instantly like, and it still like hurts to yo-yo today. Like I'm doing significantly better than I was on Saturday. But it's just like, damn, bro, like I might be done skateboarding now just because it's like, I don't want to not be able to yo-yo.
We're
because
hitting
I
that
was,
age,
like,
man.
Yeah.
I would love to skateboard, but I'm honestly scared to.
Yeah.
I don't want to break any more bones.
Right. Even if I had health insurance,
Yeah.
it's like, doesn't really make a difference if I fuck up my arm and then I can't yo-yo anymore, which is like the only thing in my life right now that's like, oh, cool. Like that's a redeeming part of life is being able to yo-yo.
Like I broke my pinky not even skateboarding.
When did that
And
happen?
it's
again?
not like 2020, 2021. I just slipped while I was disc golfing, but and that thankfully it was my pinky on my left hand, so it doesn't affect my yo-yoing really.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's still kind of.
I can't do chopsticks between these two fingers. Not that I ever did, but I definitely can't now. But it does affect like guitar playing and shit, so it's like
Damn.
life fault. It sucks.
That sucks.
So I don't want to. I'm just like so scared if I skateboard, I'm gonna break my wrist or something, and then like
Yeah, my wrist
have
is
pain
still
forever,
fucked
or
up, yeah.
my shoulder. Like if I can't yo-yo for months, I'm gonna be unhappy. So
Yeah, and
it's
it's
not
like
worth it to me.
it is a part of our income at this point in our
Yeah.
lives. You know what I mean? Especially me with like doing shows and shit. It's just
Yeah.
like I have to be so careful. Like I'm better at like not being as paranoid about fucking up my hands, but like from like the age of like 20 until like 28 or 29, I was just like always terrified about my hands getting fucked
Yeah.
up, and I was like, oh my god, like what would happen? Like what would I do? Like
They're skinny little bones. Your finger, you gotta take care of them.
yeah. Should talk to Kai about hand exercises. We
Oh,
should
does he
interview him for
do?
the pod about
Yeah.
not about Double Dragon, not about the documentary Ben has made about him, just about
Ben made a documentary.
yeah, Ben Gates. It's like probably 95% done or something. He's like, I just need an ending, and it's like, yeah, bro, him winning the Las Vegas contest is the ending. I don't know what you. He's not gonna win Worlds anymore. He's not gonna
Oh,
do
so it's
something
like from back
crazy.
then, or it's like a mix of present day
It's
and
like a
back then?
decade's worth of compiled footage. Like ever since Kai got back involved in yo-yoing in like 2012, Ben just started documenting like as much as he possibly could about Kai.
That's awesome. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's
I want to see it.
it's genuinely good. Like it's
Yeah.
goofy at times. I haven't watched the whole thing. I've only seen like 5 or 10 minutes of it or something, but it's like
I'm gonna have to hit him up.
genuinely very good. He also just has like a very backwards ideology of like how to monetize it. Like he, I guess in his mind, like thinks that someone will cash him out for it somehow. Which like not, it's not like he wants like 20 grand or something, but like he doesn't have an exact number, but it's just like, bro, like approach yo-yo companies, do an edition, a Kai edition. You can sell those. You can make money that way.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking everyone would pay
Do
$10
like a
to see
limited
it, you know what I
physical
mean?
release, maybe. I don't know, maybe not
No,
anymore.
yeah.
But you could, yeah. I guess,
You make money with the merch, you know what I mean?
yeah. I
Like,
guess merch is the only way, really. I was gonna say like make a $5 download, but I don't know if anyone would even do that. Just probably just throw it on YouTube and hope it gets some views worthy
people
of
would
like.
pay to see it, like,
Yeah.
but even then, like, what do you? I mean, max $5,000 if 1,000 people pay to see it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'm sure he spent upwards of like $20,000 to $30,000 on flights and going all over the place and food and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like buying Kai shit.
Damn. That's really cool. I didn't even know about that. I want to see it. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's good. We should try to convince Ben to do something with it.
Yeah.
Are you still? Well, obviously you're still
yeah.
promoting Chunk, but
Yeah, I still got chunks. There's some on my site now. I threw some of the other colors up, the like
fall
autumny
colors.
ones. And there's artist editions coming down the line. I got Coffin, Sean Thackeray, John Higby.
oh wow,
I'm
John's gonna paint some. Or?
Yeah, John Sam paints some.
That's awesome.
Coffin painted ones are crazy. Did you see them at New York City?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're insane. Sean Thackeray engraved ones. And then I've been drawing up like fun little cartoon. I'm gonna do like some laser engraved with the rest of them.
Yeah.
So cool little like limited fun editions with fun artwork on them coming down the line. But if you want a plain, these ones are cool. I think the orange and brown is like perfect for autumn.
Yeah, I thought that this was gonna be like the most popular one, or green and brown. Was that the most popular one?
The most popular was brown with silver caps.
Okay.
Actually, that one sold out the quickest. But yeah,
People still love the eats it.
yeah, brown yo-yos just sometimes work out. People like them.
Yeah, that's like the sleeper hit color of the firecracker too. Is the brown and green fade,
Right? Yeah.
the mint choco chip.
Hell yeah.
Surprisingly sells well, which I never would have imagined, but for some reason, yeah, brown is just it's like it doesn't look like metal anymore. Like it's a fun color, but it's also like mature. You know, it's like a black or like a silver or like just a nice blue or something where it's like, oh, you can be an adult and get this and not look crazy as
Yeah.
like a pink, aqua, neon green splash. Like, yeah, I did like a little pre-order on the Recess account for, I think I told you this, for the Raw Hypernova, because the new run of Hypernova, which will be out in like the first week of November, like everyone was saying, like I'm giving pro models to everyone on the team, and the Joe edition was going to be nickel plated, so they're coming raw, so I can get them nickel plated here. And then like 3 or 4 people with the first run was like, oh, next time like save me a raw one, and I was like, all right, cool, bet. And then I was just posted on the story like, if anybody wants a raw one, let me know. And like the first day, like 25 people were like, hey.
Do you think they want to anno them themselves, or why did?
No, I just think they like to collect raw yo-yos. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. And I said that like at Yo-Yo Club, I brought that up, and I was just like, I didn't know Raw was popular. I wouldn't think that it's popular. In my opinion, it's not popular. And a bunch of the like older guys were like very politely correcting me, like, no, it's like really popular, dude. Like there's some people that only collect Raw, or it's like, remember like how black yo-yos were maybe like 2018, 2019 around then, when it's like something in plain black would just sell really well because like people would prefer to have that over like, not everyone, but I don't know.
Do you think it's straight raw or just raw silver with a clear coat?
I don't know. These are coming straight raw.
Because I know
told
a
everyone,
lot of
so.
people love just clear silver, but I didn't know that many people care about for straight raw. Because like raw will like corrode over time and get gunky if you play with it.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much always. I feel like.
Right. I mean, you can polish it out, but
Right. But I've sold raw dunks, but it's usually people who want to like get them crazy anode.
huh?
Like custom.
I didn't even
I've
really
had
know
a bunch
that
of
was
people
a
do
thing.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I had this one guy gave me a grunt bull one. He got like a couple grunt bull anode. This one dude got like a crazy. I forget. I think he's in Florida. This guy who does like the hand painted anode. It's like cherry blossoms and shit, and like a tree.
wow.
It's incredible. It's like one of the craziest yo-yos I've seen. But that's always how I've like sold raw yo-yos. People seem to want it for that. But
Interesting.
I guess apparently there's collectors.
There was one guy at a gun shop who wants one so he can like get it
do something
Cerakoted.
crazy.
Yeah. Which is
Actually,
interesting.
Cerakote, you want ano underneath. At least that's what my Cerakote guy said.
Oh, really?
Because if it chips off, which it will if you hit it on the ground, it'll corrode. So it's not the end of the world, but
I get what you're saying though.
he prefers ano. I have a bunch there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have Cerakote chunks coming.
Oh yeah.
And another Cerakote yo-yo that I'll leave a surprise, but it's for fun. Yeah, I'm excited for those.
You'll have to
I
tell
got
me
some
about it after
crazy colors.
the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hypernova's coming soon. Everyone's got a really cool edition. I'm stoked on it. And
They
of
look
course,
so good. I've
yeah.
seen sneak peeks of the signature editions. They're insane. I definitely need Matt Mandley's.
the Matt Mandley one is
It's incredible. It's one of the coolest yo-yos I've seen.
It's so funny. I
then-
feel like that one's gonna be. They're all really good for different reasons, but I feel like that's the one that's gonna. I don't know. It's so unsure whether or not people will like it or not, but it's so goofy.
I can
like,
see it going either way because
Right,
it is extreme. But
it's either gonna
to me,
sit-
that's a must buy. But to a lot of people, they're probably like, "That's amazing," but I don't know if I feel like if I want,
Yeah.
more like conservative yo-yos might be like, I don't really want to use. I'll get the pretty one,
Yeah, my friend was. I was showing them the different engravings and stuff, and they were just like, "This is really funny." Like, imagine like just some Chinese dude at the factory like engraving this crazy fucking thing on the yo-yo. Like,
It's so funny.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, well, they don't care as long as you.
That's
pay.
like I was joking. My laser engraver, who's over here in Potts.
Oh
town,
yeah.
I want to get like Come Town yo-yos engraved. It's like this guy is. He's cool, but like he'd be like, "What? You want what?" But I'm still gonna do it. At some
One
point.
time, the laser engraver in Arizona that Yo-Yo Factory used, John Huber was there, and he was like helping them calibrate or like set up where it was going to be engraved. I think it was like the edition that they had like all the different artworks from all the different editions on one yo-yo kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
And he was like helping them set it up. And when he was there was like a war veteran there
Yeah.
who was getting like skulls engraved on his gun for like every person that he killed with it. And I was like, this is fucking insane.
God. Yeah, there was an 888 with like a bunch of shit on it, right? Was it the Higby edition or?
That one had a bunch of shit on it. The Steve edition had all his tattoos on it.
That was a weird one, yeah.
And then, it's based off like this Nike sneaker called the What the Dunk, where like they took like 20 of their most popular edition dunks and did every single
Yeah.
panel on the sneaker a different edition. So because Ben is really into sneakers, they took like the same idea, but took like a piece of Steve's, a piece of the all yo-yo one, a piece of this one, a piece of that one, and then just
Yes,
combined
I
all
do
the
remember
artwork
that.
around it, and it looked fucking hideous.
Yeah,
but,
it was
like,
horrible.
It was very rare. I think there was like 50 of each or something like that. But they did another one that was 2000. I think it was at 2008 or 2009 Nationals. I want to say, I forget which year. It was 2008. I'm pretty sure because I wasn't working there yet, but I was on the yo-yo. They engraved all the previous national champions on a yo-yo.
Like their name?
Yeah, everyone's
okay.
names. And Jack Rinka got like so fucking pissed about it
Why?
because his name was on it, and he's like, "I'm not getting paid off of this." And it's like, okay.
Oh, like everyone's.
Yeah,
not
it's
just Yo-Yo
everyone's-
Factory.
No, it's every previous national, like Build a Boys blank.
I mean-
and it's like,
It's kind of. I would probably be annoyed if I would have won that and the Yo-Yo Factory put my name on a Yo-Yo. you know.
It is a little crazy.
I wouldn't
yeah.
necessarily say I need to get paid, but I would be like, I don't want my name on a yo-yo factory. You know what I mean?
Right. I think they only made
Without
like
asking me first, at
25
least.
of them or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Interesting.
Still, yeah, that's really funny.
Fuck, I was gonna say something, I forgot.
About Yo-Yo Factory, about Jack Rinka.
Yeah, I like the Yuki like earthquake.
Yeah, the Quake
That was a
one
cool
too.
one.
Which like, did that ever fucking come out?
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
super rare
remember those
also.
being anywhere. Like,
I think they came out. They were just super rare.
I legitimately do not remember a place you could buy those at because I feel like they fucked the purple up or something.
Maybe they did. Maybe it was a thing. Weren't they like purple with green?
He won nationals with a green one,
Right.
and then did he do a world's prelim with the purple one, or did he just want purple?
I don't think he ever used that purple one with the
Yeah.
Quake in competition. I just asked him recently if
He had a couple of them, but
if he has any of his contests winning, particularly the world's freehand, if he has any of those yo-yos still, and he didn't answer me. I gotta ask him again. It was a very nerdy thing to ask, and I was like, I know this is nerdy, but like, do you have the yellow Night Moves 2 from 2004?
that's hilarious.
I just need to. If he does, that yo-yo is so cool.
It's
to
like
me.
that Bergie vacation you got.
And I'm sure he fucking doesn't. Oh yeah.
I can't believe he got rid of that. That's crazy to me.
We did a little trade, and he knew I'd take care of it. It was crazy.
No, but just like that's like to be
Yeah,
honest,
well-
like one of the pinnacles of his accomplishment in yo-yo. Like
Yeah, this is Bergie's second place Worlds 2017 vacation with the same string he used in the freestyle.
the
still
yo-yo
on it.
that spawned 1,000 red triangle combos.
Honestly, yeah, Connor Seals and a couple people were like, when I shared it, they're like, that's one of the most important yo-yos in modern competition.
Yeah.
yo-yoing.
That's why I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
believe he got rid of it. Like, I think he
Pretty
doesn't
cool.
really have necessarily the best memories attached to that time in his life anyway, but he was like kind of depressed, and then the shit didn't exactly work out with recess, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fucking cool. It's right
Yeah.
up there with the, I got some cool yo-yos now. Gotta take care of them.
Yeah.
Gotta insure
Bergie.
these fuckers. Gotta tell my insurance company, listen, I just acquired an item. It's very valuable to me.
Yeah, I wish things would have went differently with Bergie. Like, him and I are still homies. Like, it's not like we have any beef or anything, but like, I wish that I don't know. He's just one of those people like Kai, or like just someone where it's like they should have, like, he should have won the next year or something. You know what I mean? But instead, he, like, I don't know what happened, but I think he used that.
The next year was
flight.
China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just biffed his freestyle, maybe. Or his
Maybe, I don't
prelim or
know.
something.
I can't imagine how he would have went perfect literally everywhere else for the last 2-3 years, and then what happened to nationals that year? Did he not go for some reason? I forget.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
I love that World's freestyle though.
2017 nationals. Where was that at? Was that the one in Chicago? I think.
Probably. No. Yeah.
I
probably.
forget. I don't know. That like maybe not a lot of people went to or something.
L.A. or Chicago, one or the other.
Yeah, LA was 2015-16. But yeah, man, that definitely is a very important yo-yo.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a couple of those other vacations from when I was playing with them. I'm like, I forget how good this yo-yo is.
It's a good
Like,
one.
I have a CAD done for a version 2 that just has a wider ring on it, so I should knuckle up and buy or make them sometime soon.
That was fun. You gave me that one of those, Joyride, and the first base. Remember when you came to my work and filmed me with CJ?
Kind of.
Do you have that footage anywhere?
I'm almost
That would be
positive I do.
crazy to see.
Because I was trying to do the parallels
Yeah.
videos at the time.
Yeah, I was still fucked up at that point. That was
Yeah.
like the tail end of my being fucked up on things, but that was bad, I'm sure. But it would be funny to see maybe
Yeah.
some of the footage.
I think I probably have
I
it
had,
with
like-
me, to be honest, on my
Oh,
hard
man.
drive. Yeah, we can watch it after
Yeah.
this.
Oh, God.
It's not as cringe as you would think. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Nah,
And it's also just me, like, not really having a like a line sheet of notes to like draw.
no,
from,
I
and
remember we were just
I
like,
was like,
what
all
are we
right, go,
doing?
like
Yeah.
do something, and you're just like, oh, drive around the forklift for a little while.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Woof.
Yeah, that's funny, but I don't know. There's a couple that I've like epically fucked up like that though. I mean, or that the person that I was trying to work with just wasn't like kind of prepared to be as
Yeah, no, I was not
involved
at all.
or whatever
Yeah.
as I was.
I didn't know what to do. I also hadn't seen you in like a long time. I feel, or like anyone. I was just getting back into
Really?
DJing. Yeah, that would have been 2016, I think.
2015 even.
15,
I think.
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think you just reached out and sent me your because you were starting a company, but that kind of got me back in it a little bit.
Oh.
Because then Worlds came around that year too to Cleveland, so or the next year,
Yeah.
and that made me like get back too. But
God. Yeah, I guess the last time we would have seen each other before then would have been Danny's funeral.
right, yep.
Which I'm sure is just like I don't know. That's not a good circumstance
I was fucked up
to
there
see
too.
anyone.
I just remember drinking way too much the first night, not understanding that the drinking was the second night after the actual funeral. And then Jason Lee was really mean to me, but he was kind of on one anyways at that point.
Somehow.
Called me fat. He was like, I remember when Jake Bullock was skinny. It's like,
what a crazy thing.
I was 14 years old. Like, I'm
and you weren't even
something.
fat.
And I'm not.
Then.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like
just...
I'm not rail thin anymore.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Like, it just. I remember it being hurtful because it's like Jason Lee.
Yeah, it's like kind of your hero, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
and I had never really interacted with him before that. I don't think.
Yeah.
But he knew who I was somehow enough and felt comfortable enough to, he was joking, but it's just like
it's still not cool though.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. He knew who you were even.
I know.
What I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
Like
yeah,
probably from B Dot or something.
Yeah. He's a character.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Basquiat, yo. That's still so crazy to me.
It is crazy.
Hopefully those people email me back. I would love to do different
that would be
artist
insane.
editions.
What was this new? We got. There's some contests this year yet.
Yeah, it's interesting that the contest season is kind of like extending right now.
Illinois states, I think,
Yeah,
and
let's go to Florida, dog.
Florida, that would be crazy. I sponsored both those contests, and then there's the Axel thing in Japan.
What is that?
It's like I forget the guy's name who runs it, but it's like I guess non-sanctioned or whatever, but it still like gets a big turnout of really good players. What else is there? There's some Korean contests happening that I also said I would sponsor.
The anti guys are doing another contest.
Yeah, I gotta get back to them, I guess.
Bro, yeah, it's just crazy to me because like contests have been dead for the last, even before COVID, it was kind of like nobody was running them, and now it's like I think people realize kind of how not easy it is, but like you can do them with not a lot of resources.
I kind of sort of want to run one at that Bethlehem Steel place, the Steel Stacks. They have a stage and a venue. I'm just worried because I've never done it before. Maybe I'll talk to you about it. I don't know.
Yeah, talk to me.
I'd just be worried that no one would show up, but I think I could get people to show up.
You don't need that many
because I would do a
people
cash prize
to
for
be
sure.
Successful, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would just be a low key thing, but it's not that hard to get. Like the New York people could come. It's only an hour and a half drive, maybe 2 hours on a bad day.
Yeah.
You and me and like CJ, like there's enough people.
Some Massachusetts guys would
come down. I would try to get like Remy to come. I'd try to make it worth it. I would
especially like if we got like an Airbnb for the weekend or something.
Right.
'Cause I'm sure there'd be something cool out in the countryside we could get and
exactly. It's not a big city like New York, but it's still like there's shit to do. It's not horrible, and it's not that hard to get to. And if people did want to get crazy and fly in, there's an airport right there. Or you could fly into Philly and I'll pick you up. But I would do cash prizes for sure, and just like it would be like the Dunk Classic or whatever. I don't know.
That would be sick, yeah.
Something just for fun, but at a time when there's not much else going on, maybe like an off season.
That's what I was gonna say. It's hard to really gauge when that would be right now, because
that's true.
PNWR is in February. Virginia State
Christmas
is gonna
Eve.
be in January. Christmas Eve. People will come, right?
Yeah.
Like March maybe.
Yeah. Do it on my
like,
birthday.
That would be sick, dude. A cool birthday week. Good excuse to get all the homies in town and just.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
just over the top goofy. I could draw up all the like fun little signs and posters for it and raise some money, give yo-yoers actual cash would be fun.
That would be fun. Yeah.
We'll see.
Get Doc Luckied. Do a duos division. You gotta have a Doc Lucky duos division.
Perhaps. Probably do like, yeah. I would want to do something to make it different besides just having cash, but scales judging, I guess, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to do something
And
cool.
keep it interesting.
Yeah. I'm so bummed that I ran so many contests for so long that I just have no interest in doing it
That's
anymore.
fair.
Like,
you did it though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, people seem to be more interested in them and like gung ho about actually going to contests now. So it's like I wish I would have like saved some of that energy for this times, but also just in general getting older, it's like always hard to justify putting time and energy into something that like doesn't really pay you, you know? You just fucking like hopefully you break even. Or maybe you make like $800 or $1,000 or something and it's like, oh cool, I put fucking 100 hours of work into this.
Yeah.
Like, you do it because you love it. You do it because you want to see your friends. You want to see your friends have a good time. Like it's fun. It's cool. But yeah,
I feel like it would be rewarding, but I feel like it would really stress me out too. So I'd have to have like a really solid plan.
Yeah, I mean, luckily too, like you're in a place that there wouldn't be fucking 150 people show up kind of thing. So it's like, it wouldn't necessarily be chill, but it wouldn't be like fucking New York States where it's like, okay, we're gonna be here till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like it could be one of those contests that starts at 11 and you maybe don't even do prelims and just fucking, you know, let everyone do their thing and
fly out Yoanator to MC.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
And Mazel Tov.
Holy shit, that would be a crazy yo-yoer summit. Like,
what are the chances you think Mazel Tov is actually Sacha Baron Cohen doing a character, and we're all in this movie?
I saw someone commenting today that he's like a heroin addict, and I was like, where do you get that impression from? Like, he does look like he might have a bit of. I
thought he might be like zanned out or something. Just how crazy
he lives in McAllen, Texas now.
Yeah,
right across the border. So maybe he is on drugs. I don't know.
Orthodox Texas.
I
think he's Mexican Jew.
MJ, bro.
It does seem like a character sometimes, but
yeah, I can't believe he's back. Like, I don't know.
He's back,
man.
baby.
Yo-yo community is way too. It feels like with this one, they're kind of like, all right, fuck that guy because he purposefully did jerk over a bunch of people. Like,
yeah. It's
know.
crazy how many people just come into yo-yoing and scam people, though. Like, it seems like it's happened so many times, and I just can't even imagine being that kind of person. But
yeah,
it's like I'm gonna make a yo-yo, but not actually, and I'm just gonna collect money and then make excuses.
I can't
believe
like
that's happened. It's the tale as all this time.
Yeah, I can't. Like, how long does it take to get a? I feel like if you file a chargeback within like 100 days of making it, like you could do something.
Check out with PayPal, folks. You can always, pretty much, in my experience, PayPal will help you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, generally. I'm sure there's exceptions, but
even just your bank, like I feel like
credit card. Use a credit card, not a debit card. You know.
Yeah, my friend had to do that recently. She, is, updating her website and is doing it through Square.
Yeah.
And she put her social security number in wrong, so they locked her out of her original website. Damn. And then she had to make a new one, but she had paid for a premium subscription for the first one. It's $300 for a year or something. But the Square, there was no internal refund system for if you don't use the rest of your premium membership, because she was like, oh, I started a new account, can you just transfer it over to my new account? And they're like, no, and we can't give you a refund either, you have to call your credit card company to get a charge back. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's insane.
Jesus.
Because I feel like that charges Square extra money too or something.
You would think idea. But yeah,
they do something. I don't know. What's on the horizon for you, yo-yo wise? You got that new prototype in?
Yeah, I got a cool new prototype. I ordered a new prototype for a monoplastic.
Oh, word.
Polycarb dunk.
It's crazy how close together these were.
Yeah, it kind of.
When
Yeah,
did
it
the
was sort of.
the
Yeah, I guess they were. I don't know. Time's been weird lately. It's just going
yeah
fast and slow at the same time. That was July, and this was October, like early July, early October.
well 3 months is a pretty good gap. Like
Yeah,
it's actually great because I feel like
that's probably
like
how it
one
should.
drop is
Three,
like every
six, nine.
6 weeks or something like that or
Yeah,
something crazy.
yeah. I definitely did quite a bit this year. I guess. Well, it was this Slap SS chunk and Dunk LX.
It's a lot.
And the beginning of the year had some like carryover of the Dink too.
Mm.
So yeah, but proto plastic dunk. What else? We're working on an off string design, but that's complicated. Being like, it's just kind of hard. It's something.
Are you doing that with
CJ's never
anyone? Or?
designed. No, just
Oh,
me.
okay, just you.
It's
Right.
just literally a big Delrin off string dunk, but
That's sick though.
we need to make sure it's durable, and if it's just like a lot with the gap
Oh,
and
yeah, dude.
spacers, and so that might be a while. And then
You should maybe just do that with a manufacturer that has experience doing that and just tell them what the design you want.
yeah, FPM seems to know. They sent back our first design. It's like, we don't think that it's gonna be durable, but like we kind of think it's fine. But I'm gonna talk to some like off string folks and see what they think.
The factory said that they didn't think it'd be durable.
Yeah,
Oh
Nick-
God, I'd listen to them.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
I feel like if you just told them like the shape you wanted, they'd be able to like write the CAD for you, and you wouldn't even have to really
Yeah.
worry about it all. But
Yeah, maybe I'll ask her what's up. What else? There was something else. Oh yeah, next year's the 5th anniversary of the dunk, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some stuff for that. Got that plan, and we're gonna do a first base, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
first base coming Q1 2025.
which will be really fun.
Yeah, you better.
That's when we do the Nirvana episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
You better start doing those 5th anniversary plans very soon, because I don't know. I feel like.
I am. Yeah, I'm ordering them like this week.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, and I
Nice.
told them already. I'm like, this is more than enough time, right? Like, I need them by April 1st. And they're like,
Oh,
yes.
April 1st. Yeah, that's plenty.
I
of
got time, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know, I guess Chinese New Year's is, when is that? I don't know. I just know the factory's closed for like at least a month, once or
It's
twice
like
a year.
2 weeks or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
When is?
I've
let me
just
look that up
been,
real
yeah.
quick.
I'm always very careful to make sure I have plenty of time if it's
Yeah.
time sensitive, which it never has been before. So
Chinese New Year 2025 is Wednesday, January 29th, and will last until the 2nd of February. They get off 8 days from work.
damn.
Oh my gosh. Damn, you got a lot coming up. I have a lot coming up too, but
Yeah.
I did, like, when I got really hurt at the skate park on Saturday, I started working on my laptop at the skate park like a douchebag, and like I was just creating a design bank of like all the designs I have currently done and like what I could be working on, and it's just like, oh, did I send you that that CAD from the Tim Redmond yo-yo that him and I want to do?
No, I want
It's
to see
really
it. Though.
good, yeah,
I
you
remember
should
you
see it.
mentioning the.
It looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Yeah, and then D-Bearing Joyride should be done like by the end of this year. That one's gonna come out of nowhere, I feel like, which is
Yeah,
I don't know.
it'd be fun.
Interesting. It's funny because like it makes me nervous releasing yo-yos and not really having like any concept of a promotional idea in mind, you know? But it's like fucking literally one drop yo-yo factory. So many brands, C3 put out like so many goddamn yo-yos and barely have anything
Yeah,
behind them other than like, here's the product photos, like looks pretty cool, huh? All right. Like
it is crazy to me. I would be uncomfortable doing that.
right, yeah. Like who like I can't imagine just in my brain being like, well, people want to buy yo-yos and this is a yo-yo, so here you go. Like,
It's probably true.
they do,
but-
but it's like, I don't know. I keep a very close eye on like when my yo-yos sell out in stores and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like, and it worries me when shit is in stock for too long because it's like,
Same, yeah.
I know
I
the
think
store
I take
is
it
still making money,
A
but
little too like, it's important to me to have like an interesting something about.
right.
That's why I'm glad I found like this grab thing that provided a lot of, like, that was luck. But
Yeah.
obviously I had like a pretty good story with that, with the Element X stuff, but I was still like scrambling and really like, I'm like, how am I going to explain all this shit, but not make it too boring. But like,
I mean, there's a
you know.
fucking a million cool buzz on freestyles you can
Right.
sample from. Be like,
Yeah.
look at this
Which
cool
is what I basically did.
Dana
but
Bennett freestyle. Check it
damn,
out.
I forgot to
Like,
pull Dana. Yeah.
I mean, you can still do it. They're still
Yeah.
in stock. Just
Yeah, I do
fucking
need
rip it
to.
off YouTube, make a cool little edit of the 3 or 4 best tricks, and
Yeah.
like you're so good at the storytelling.
Yeah, that's
aspect
what's
of it
fun.
right now, which is few and far between in the industry because it's normally just like plays good, throws good, catches good, on stage, off stage, splash color.
I wish there was more because, like, oftentimes well, maybe not oftentimes, but sometimes yo-yos or designs or companies will have cool background and they just don't. They'll like share it with you personally, but they won't like necessarily even post it. It's like you gotta
Yeah.
tell people, like that's cool. Like, tell people they're your inspiration. Like,
And you
what-
gotta like tell people multiple times. If you just like put it out there in one post, like a lot of times
Yeah.
there's posts with like 8 things on the carousel, just kind of
it gets missed and
yeah, right.
people don't read captions. I don't think, but some people do.
They do, but it's like I don't know, like. And then if you do a video for it, it's like again I don't know, like but it's those core fan base of a couple hundred people that always see it or watch all your content or whatever. Like they'll see it, and that's who it matters to, and that's who like it gets sold to. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you're not gonna catch like a tertiary sale from someone being like, "Oh, I read your Instagram caption. Cool." It's like
Right.
it's to tell the story to the people who care about it, and yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
It's fun though. I've been having fun. Randy's back. Randy Shreeves, my
Yeah.
old buddy. He's back on Instagram. Give him a follow at Randy Shreeves Yo-Yo, all one word. He's really good. Like he's not like a comp player, but I think he has a really good style. He's very smooth
Yeah.
and he has interesting tricks. And he's sharing some of them. Again, he's yo-yoing again, which is cool. We're talking every day and
That's
I'm
sick.
sending him yo-yos and he loves the LX. And I just want to do something. He might be out this way soon.
Oh yeah, does his family still live out here? Or?
No, his dad lives in Australia. His mom lives I don't know where, but
is that why
he's
he
in
moved
South
to Australia,
Dakota.
or- oh,
Yeah, back then that was why. But
Word.
he has a family and stuff, so he's busy. But he might be out here for training for his job in Allentown, weirdly enough.
That
So
is weird.
if he is, we're gonna do maybe like a video together or something. I don't know.
Kutztown. Welcome to
Welcome to
Kutztown
Kutztown Part 3, dude. There is a 2,
3.
secondly. Yeah, which I think would be really funny because we're
Break
old.
into your old house.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
in the attic.
Yeah, and do go to some of the old spots and do some old tricks and a bunch of new tricks and like just make it fun. No one will get 200 views on YouTube, but it would be fun to make, with my
It'll
old
still
buddy.
be cool. Like the 100,
I think
150 people that care would think
people
it's
who
really
do
cool.
yeah, like it is weird. At every contest, one person at least says like, "I remember that Welcome to Kutztown video."
Yeah,
People
dude.
do the people who do remember it. So it would be a funny thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it's just nice we're sending tricks back and forth. I'm feeling like good about yo-yoing
That's
tricks
awesome.
and stuff.
I didn't know he lived
It's
in
so
South
nice
Dakota
to-
now. That's sick.
Yeah, it's middle of nowhere. I think he
Yeah.
wants to move out of there eventually, but
What were you saying though? It's so nice to.
it's just nice to there's certain people like when you had that person that you live near to yo-yo with every day.
Yeah.
It's like obviously we don't live near each other anymore, but like the vibes are the same except we're just doing it over. And I haven't had that with Randy in a while. He took a long break, so it's
Yeah.
like, but we can click really well with like just we can learn each other's things really quickly and like it's fun. So
Yeah,
it
he's
was
a
always
man.
like that for whatever reason. So
I remember when he moved to Virginia and like he used to come to all the Virginia meets for like the
Yeah.
last year or two that I lived on the East Coast. That was really dope.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember this really funny story one time. Like John Robb, I think it was maybe even Virginia States, I forget exactly, but like Randy was with us and then Randy was like, "Oh, like do you guys mind dropping me off? Like I live in a town that's like just off of like the highway, like you could
he
literally
lived in
just drop me
Cashville.
off."
I remember.
Yeah.
There's a place called Cashville, Virginia.
And then
something.
John Robb was like down, but he was also just kind of like he never wanted to like stray from the path or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
because it's like his wife would always just be like, "When are you gonna be home? Like, where
Yeah.
are you? What's going on?" Like,
Was John still in the caddy with the seat all the way back?
I think he had a new car by then. Maybe it was a Cadillac. I forget, to be honest. I think it was after. I think it was like a Kia or something by that point. Because like there was a point where like he or no, maybe it was. I think it had to have been the Cadillac still, because like it wasn't until after I moved that like the Cadillac died, and then he was like, "Oh, like I'm just gonna like take the bus for like a year and save money," and I was like, "What the fuck? Like like your wife is about to have her PhD, like you're gonna just take the
Just get a
bus? Like
car,
that
bro.
sounds crazy." Yeah, but he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna save money though," because he was only going back and forth to work. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So. And I think his wife had a car, so she was like using it to get back and forth to school. But we were dropping Randy off, and I think he, like, you know how like he's very timid when he's like giving directions or
Yeah.
whatever, or talking. He's not like, and John Rob and I are like have a very good rapport. So we're talking back and forth, and like
Yeah, he was probably just like anxious and stuff. a
yeah,
little bit.
and like he didn't tell us like exactly like a turn to take or something. John would be like, "Man, like you gotta tell me where to go, Randy." Like,
Aw.
and he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." Like, and we like get to Cashville, and it's like a fucking dead zone. There's nothing
Yeah.
there. It's podunk as fuck. And then he's like, "You know where we're going, Randy?" Like
He
it was
was
just.
probably high too.
It was
Randy.
mad funny,
He's
John
probably-
Rob or Randy.
Randy.
I don't think so. I don't think he smoked at the time.
He definitely did, but maybe he wasn't high that time. I could see him being high and not and like anxious about
With weed?
Yeah,
That's funny. No,
Yeah,
I
he's-
never remember him smoking back then. That's funny.
yeah, he did.
So he like, and as we're like at a red light, this like guy, this is before those shiesty masks were
Yeah,
popular. So some guy just like jettisoning on a bike like with a
Oh,
shiesty
fuck,
mask on.
dude.
And John was like, "What the fuck is going? What the fuck is this, Randy? What's going on over here, man?" And Randy's like, "I don't know."
You're from Wilmington, John.
Yeah.
Relax.
It was just
That's
so
funny.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I never visited him there, but I remember him telling me how fucking fucked up that place was. He moved around all the time. It really sucked.
Were his parents in the military or something? Or?
No, his mom was just moving around all the time. I don't really know, but he moved every year of high school. Like fresh, it was a different high school.
Jesus
in, like,
Christ.
PA, and then he went. Yeah, he like moved like one district over from us, which was like, what the fuck? Like you're so close. Like, and then he went like an hour away in PA. Then he went down to Virginia. Then like a different city in Virginia. Then he went to Australia after. Yeah, it was like
That's
so much moving. But
yeah.
yeah, Cashville is funny.
Cashville. Oh my god. All right, you got anything else you want to cover?
I guess not. That's probably a good episode, huh?
Yeah, I didn't
How long
really
did we
start a
go?
timer or anything, but probably close to an hour, maybe. I don't know.
No,
something
it's
like
gotta
that.
be 2 hours, right?
No, I
No.
don't think so, man.
Damn.
Like an hour 20, maybe. I don't know.
All right. That's fair. Well, mini
Yeah,
pod.
oh yeah, Capped Hypernova coming in December.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
You have pictures of that yet?
No, they're starting those right after the next Hypernova is done, like this current run, and they're like just wrapping that up. So, yeah, I'm excited for it because like even the 2009 Severe, like it was good, but like I rarely remember like a smooth one coming out. You know what I mean? Or if it was, like it got fucked up really quick because of the bearing seat or whatever. So like, I'm stoked to have like a version of it that's like actually very good and sturdy and like.
Is it gonna be? It's plastic cap.
Yes, plastic
Oh,
cap. Yeah.
dude,
Metal yo-yo, plastic cap,
awesome.
polycarb cap, capped Hypernova. I'm stoked.
Hell yeah.
I think we're gonna call it the Revere.
Revered.
Yeah, like a revered thing.
Yeah,
It's pretty
that's
good, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna call it the Mellow, which is like the opposite of Severe, but I asked the recess group chat. I was like, "Do you guys have any good names?"
I like Revere better.
Yeah, Revere's good. I still might
Do Paul Revere
do
edition.
something else. Oh my god, somebody said that in the chat, and I was like,
I don't even know what Paul Revere is.
"Yeah, like what would that look like?"
I have no idea. I
Sleepy
was
Hollow
joking.
edition yo-yo or some shit.
Is
like,
he Sleepy Hollow? Really? I don't even know.
No,
it.
no,
Paul
it's-
Revere was like
yeah, he was who
he told them the British were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Jay.
The British are jizzing. But that's cool because you have a story to tell with that, you know what I mean? Like, literally, the Paul Revere just sounds like Paul Revere.
I want to do like crazy with clip art type, but like just with words and I don't know. That Team Box T-shirt inspired me.
Yeah.
And like online ceramics type thing, but with LBJ involved somehow.
Damn, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Should do a Bud Dwyer edition chunk.
That'll go with the Come Town one. I wanted to do those for personal friends
Yeah.
and family.
Yeah.
I'll do a Bud. The fucking. Oh my god, that's fucked up.
That'd
But
be hilarious. All
it would
right.
be good.
Well, on that note-
Anyway, R.I.P. Bud.
Please
R.I.P.
don't kill yourself.
LBJ.
It's bad for your health. Have you seen that guy, the deaf rapper?
No.
And that's one of the songs he's singing is "Please don't kill yourself. It's bad for your health." He's like totally tone deaf and like one of his songs is just like "Don't kill yourself" or something.
That rules.
Don't commit suicide. Crip Mac. 50.
Crip Mac.
All right, peace.
Later.